Illinois, medical payments coverage is not required to be a part of your policy. However, most insurance companies and insurance agents will include medical payments coverage as part of your overall automobile insurance coverage. It provides you for reimbursement of any medical expenses you incur if you are injured while operating your motor vehicle, while you're a passenger in your motor vehicle, or even under other circumstances. It does not matter whether the accident is your fault or someone else's fault. Regardless of who's responsible for causing your injuries, if you are injured in connection with an automobile, you can seek reimbursement or payment of your medical bills through your medical payments coverage policy. Your insurance policy typically limits the amount of time that they will provide coverage for you, perhaps a year or 2 years, but it's important to consult your insurance policy. That's a distinction between health insurance, where as long as you maintain your coverage, you will be covered for the entire length of your injury. If you have both health insurance and medical payments coverage insurance, and you were injured by the fault of someone else, I recommend pursuing your health insurance benefits first rather than your medical payments benefits. The reason for that is you can use your medical payments coverage to cover any co-payment or out-of-pocket expense you may have when you submit your bills to your health insurance. If you've been injured and you have paid your medical bill out of your own pocket with your own money, you still have the right to submit that bill to your automobile insurance company and be reimbursed out of your medical payments policy for that bill. It does not matter whether you've paid it yourself or not. You're still entitled to be reimbursed that amount of money. If you were involved in a crash, either through the operation of your own car or someone else's car, your medical payments policy obligates your insurance company to pay for your medical expenses. The only time that you may see that the auto insurance may refuse to pay the bill is if you also have health insurance. And in that situation, without knowing what each policy says, one of those policies will dictate who is going to be primarily responsible for paying first. So if it occurs where your automobile insurance company refuses to pay a bill, I would recommend submitting it to your health insurance company and to your automobile insurance company. Have them figure out which one is primarily responsible for payment. If you submit a bill for medical payments to your own insurance company and you receive reimbursement, and you later have a claim and you recover money from the at-fault driver, your own insurance policy obligates or requires you to reimburse them that amount of money that you recover. The law does not allow for a double recovery. And so in that circumstance, only if you recover from a third party would you be obligated to reimburse your own insurance company. If you are unable to recover money from the at-fault driver for whatever reason, and you have submitted your bills to medical payments, you are not obligated to reimburse them. If you already have health insurance, you are not required to have medical payments coverage in your automobile policy. However, I would recommend that you have both. And the reason is, number one, it's relatively inexpensive to have medical payments coverage when you have an automobile policy. And secondly, you can use that medical payments coverage to reimburse yourself for any copay or deductible amount that you are obligated to pay out of your when submitting a claim to your health insurance. You are not required to submit your bills to your own insurance company for medical payments if you believe you were injured by the fault of someone else. You have that right, but you're not obligated to. And a lot depends on whether you're being pursued by those hospitals or doctors or ambulance personnel to have those bills paid. If you're being pursued by them through collections and you don't have money to pay it, by all means you should use your medical payments coverage, but you are not obligated to do so. Medical payments coverage is a great option for people who may not be able to afford health insurance. If worst case scenario, if you're injured and the injury involves your car or someone else's car, it's a cheap and inexpensive way to have some level of medical insurance without having overall health insurance. So I recommend all people have medical payments coverage as part of their overall automobile insurance coverage.